And in the absence of a Fred, even right here, right now, in the absence of your character, but let's just ask, can you drop language for just a minute? And in the absence of a character, what's here? There's just this. But let's talk about this for a second. Does this feel like that there's aliveness here? Does the room feel like there's aliveness here? And I'm saying, yes, there it does. Certainly, there's a presence here, isn't there? And you always thought it was your presence or God's presence, but you never thought about possibly that there's just one presence. But see, the difficult thing to recognize about oneness is that there's just one of them. You can count them. I think you'll come up with one over and over again. So there's just one oneness. Now, when awakening occurred here, I had been hoping very, very much that Fred Davis would wake up. I couldn't wait. Fred Davis wanted to wake up and see the truth of God. But when awakening actually happened, Fred Davis didn't wake up to the truth of God. The truth of God woke up to the fiction of Fred Davis. Because there's simply no Fred Davis. So if there's only God and the Fred Davis in the room and there's no Fred Davis, what does that leave? It's the only oneness in the room, plus we can't plus Fred Davis anymore. You can't plus that unit, the unit that you think you came here with. But oneness is oneness. If it was oneness plus, we'd call it two-ness. But we don't. What does Advaita actually mean? It means not two. That's what it means. Because not two is a little bit more accurate than oneness, but it's a technical thing. Doesn't matter. Oneness will do, and it's much easier to talk about. So there's just this oneness. So is there oneness plus everything in the world? Or is there oneness? There's just oneness, isn't there? And you can check it anytime you want, count them. You notice that there's this. Can you show me anything other than this? Use logic for just a minute. It's not criminal to use logic in non-duality when you've heard about oneness ever since you got here. Right now, there's only oneness. So you mean that what I'm telling you is it's a shocker, but this is oneness. This is oneness. We've been waiting for something to happen so we could get to oneness. Is there anything, just use logic, God forbid, but just use our brains. So is there anything outside of oneness that could ever need to get to oneness? These are grade school questions. No, they're kindergarten questions. But this is the reason we miss them, is that we all got these big old brains and they just suck up information and then they want to figure it out, and then they want to know. And then we want to lord it over everybody else. I woke up. I'm enlightened. Really? What is enlightened? What woke up? Well, me. Well, what are you? Well, I'm oneness. So Fred never woke up. No. There's not an enlightened Fred Davis, folks. And there's not a being that used to be an unenlightened Fred Davis, and now there's an enlightened Fred Davis. There's no Fred Davis. What you're looking at is an agreement. You cut on YouTube one day and you cut on one of my videos, and I said, and the video said Fred Davis underneath it. And went, well, okay. I didn't have to do any convincing at all. You did it all yourself. That's how well trained you were.